Hey, it's your favorite cleaning guy, ready to clean up another little mess that we made all around our little castle. So, let's go ahead and get to cleaning. I'm a little too short for this. Today we're cleaning up that thing up there. Look at that big tower up there? Yeah, the king's been really lazy and he hasn't hired anyone to clean it up, so I gotta do it now. Let's do this. Now, how do I get up there? Oh man, I'm gonna have to climb up these stairs, aren't I? Up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs. Just gotta keep going. This way? Okay, just gotta keep climbing. Let's go. Whew. Man, it's a workout in itself. You know what, while I'm here, I might as well just clean up a little bit. Yep, cleaning. Ooh, this is nice and clean. Haha. I gotta find my way up there. Better put on some protective gear. Okay, I think I'm suited up and ready. Let's head on up there. Ooh, this is a little bit taller than I remember. How I got up here, you may wonder. I don't even know myself. I'm just up here to clean. Cleaning. I'm cleaning a lot. Ooh, this is so clean. Ooh, it's as clean as it gets. Still cleaning. Ooh. Wow, I think I'm pretty darn clean, aren't I? I think it's all in a day's work for your favorite cleaning man. I think I did a pretty darn good job at this. How do I get back down? Oh no. Well, my favorite show's on. Might as well. Woohoo!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to episode 89 of From Bedrock to Java. Haha, I have to redo this little intro real quick because I managed to mess up my OBS settings, so it just did not look right, and this should be the right thing. Yep, you can see my beautiful face, can't you? But anyways, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. Let's talk about the last episode first because that's what I usually do, isn't it? Anyways, in the last episode, we went ahead and built this amazing little thing, which is meant to represent what we ended up doing in our little challenge for the Minecraft Squared movie, where we actually got to build little things to submit into a competition that could be, I guess, eventually picked if they're perfect for what they're looking for and it's to be featured in the movie. And I decided to go along with some sort of Badland theme, and this is a representation of what I was trying to build in the little challenge. Anyways, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do in today's episode. That's right, today's one of those days where I have no plan going into the episode, so I gotta figure it out as I go. Ooh, we love to do this. Last time we did something like this, I ended up working on my friend's houses right over here, which was a really fun thing to do because I absolutely enjoyed looking at these references and learning different build styles, different architecture pieces, and I don't know, it was amazing. I'd love to do it again. So maybe today we could work on building up the interior for these houses. I'm crazy. No, I'm not going to do that. Of course not. Who does interiors? Not me, that's for sure. We could also work on the port that I've been talking about over there for the longest time. That could be kind of cool, but that means I also could work on this little port right here, which I have been leaving off for a while. Ooh, there's also a lot of this area up here, which is still unfinished. Oh, I don't want to do these yet though, do I? I guess we got to walk around the world real quick just to figure out what we want to do. Let's see. So we built this house. Yep. We already built my friend's houses. These are pretty cool. That's a happy gas right over there. Okay. We do need to build a happy gas parking at some point. These houses are also very empty, which means we could do an interior for them, except that's crazy talk and I'm never going to do the interior for these things pretty much because, you know, I don't do interiors. We'll do them again in the future. Just we gotta wait for an episode where I actually want to do interiors. Just not right now, okay? Whoa, buddy. But you can't just walk up to someone like that. What if I had like a weapon to murder you with or something? That would have been bad. Think about your actions next time, okay? I haven't been over here in a while to actually like look through things. Finish up the tower. I don't really want to do that. What do we want to do? We could build a new god. Like over here, we've been building some gods over in this area, and we could finally build another one and really call it the Haven of Gods because then we have more than just two, but I don't really feel like doing organics right now, so maybe not. What else is there to do in the world right now? Because I just got back from vacation, and I just want to talk about the fact that today, the day I'm recording this, is actually the day that the new update for Minecraft has come out. Sulfur stuff has been added. We have sulfur cubes, sulfur, a bunch of other stuff that I don't know what it is. However, that correlates with my little vacation that I took. I ended up taking a vacation down to Yellowstone, so I've experienced a lot of like geysers and all that kind of stuff. So I might take some of those photos that I took while I was over there and use them as references for stuff we can build in this world as something pretty darn amazing. But since we're not on the update just yet, we're gonna leave that off for a future episode, I suppose. Oh, right. Maybe I could change some of this stuff up. Wow, that is one chunky bunny. I'm never gonna get used to the Tiny Takeover update. But maybe in today's episode, we can go ahead and clean up a lot of the stuff around my world. Maybe this could be another bits and pieces type of episode. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. Maybe we're going to clean up these fences, move some of these pillagers, because these guys are in the way all the time. We might actually go over here, finish up parts of this mega base. We can build up the rest of our skydock right here. We can texture it nicely. We could build up some sort of gazebo right here. Maybe we could finish up this tower. That could be kind of cool. I don't know. I think those are the things that we're going to do in today's episode for sure. Oh, wait, I just realized there's also another farm that I've been putting off. It blew up several episodes ago, but I've been really lazy to put it back together, but I do need another mushroom stem farm. I need to rebuild this thing. Not here again though. That was a pain. So yeah, we have a lot of things on our plate now. I went from having absolutely nothing to do to being chock full of stuff I need to do. So I guess let's go ahead and get to the episode. All right. So I think the first thing we're going to do for today's episode, I think, is to just go ahead and clean up a lot of this world because I've been so lazy and neglecting a lot of this stuff. This stuff has been here since the very beginning of the world. And that's not okay because this stuff was only meant to be temporary. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. Since I just got back from vacation, I'm still really tired. It's like, why is it like that? When you're on vacation, you need a vacation from the vacation because you come back more tired than you were when you left. Oh man, vacations are stressful sometimes, aren't they? So I guess let's go ahead and take down this fence, clean up some of this area, get rid of some of these weird crafting tables that shouldn't be here. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we need to clean up around this world. So I guess let's go ahead and get to it. Yep, let's do it.
Okay, so I ended up falling asleep before I could finish up a lot of the work I was going to end up doing the other day in the last little section that y'all saw. However, I'm not going to do too much more because I'm already bored of just trying to fill up this area with the grass and stuff. This entire area right here is just going to get chipped away at as long as time will tell, because right now I just don't feel like building here. Oh no. Yeah, we ended up finishing up this little section right over here, and then we added a little bit more dirt around here. There's still some moss hanging around. My inventory is not as full as I thought, but we do have a lot of extra stone. Man, this whole process just takes forever, and honestly, I'm just too lazy to do it right now. So we're gonna leave it here, and I guess let's go ahead and talk about what else we ended up doing. Also, as you may have noticed, my mic might sound a little bit different. I downloaded some Logitech stuff, and like some of my settings got changed, and I didn't like it. I prefer my this kind of audio. I'm pretty sure is right. At least I really hope this is the right audio. If not, I'm gonna be really, really sad. But yeah, we ended up finishing up this little area right over here. We filled up some of the dirt. We got rid of the fences, and it feels a lot more clean now. And honestly, I'm a lot happier with the way this looks than it used to. Man, that looks really good. I didn't realize the farms actually took away from this area that much. That's awesome. But anyways, I think the next little section that I want to do in today's episode is to go ahead and rebuild my mushroom stem farm, because a couple episodes ago, this thing broke down, as I mentioned earlier, and I really need mushroom stems. So we're going to go ahead and take all of this down. I guess we could also fill this area up. I have been leaving this for future me, and I guess future me is now. Man, I hate past me so much. Gosh. If only he was not so lazy. I'm gonna change my ways. I don't know, I kind of feel like leaving this to future me. Yeah, I think I should leave this to future me, shouldn't I? No, I'll do it right now. Okay, but yeah, this entire mushroom stem farm needs to be torn down, and I need to figure out a new spot to build it. So this thing is actually quite big. I need to find an area with this much space, and maybe a little bit more for like the walls and such. Maybe we're gonna go ahead and take this build, rebuild it somewhere else, and then we're gonna build another big tower all the way around it. We're gonna build something maybe in a similar style to our Roman tower right over there, but in a smaller scale. I'm not sure exactly how big just yet, but I think it'd be perfect to have another Roman tower. If we're standing over here on our little sky dock and we're looking out over here, we have our Roman tower, which looks really cool, but I think it'd be really cool to have another Roman tower in another area. Maybe could put one up there, top of here maybe. I kind of want to reserve that for something else. This area is already going to be really tall, so we're not going to put it there. When it comes to placing builds, you need to consider the area around it. This area right here works because it's so tall and the rest of it around it is small. And the idea that we're heading for here is that we want this thing to feel really grand and huge. That's why we have this entire mega base here, with the surrounding area being really small. And that also kind of applies to these gods here. They're huge, and they're only feeling huge because the area around it is small. I want this thing to feel quite big, but not dwarfing everything else around it in comparison. I think we're gonna put it right here. I think we can go ahead and put the little tower right about here somewhere. We're gonna go ahead and build the farm. We're gonna build a tower up around it. It's not gonna be nearly as big as anything else. It's behind me. That's a cow. Huge. Thank you. Oh, dodge and weave. Dodge and weave. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to go ahead and build up our mushroom stem farm, and I'm going to go ahead and build up a little bit of a tower at some point in the future. And yeah, I think that should be pretty fun. We just got to make sure we light this area up, because this thing is deadly. Let me just... Hey. Don't hit Brandon again. Or, well, one hit Brandon. Or was it two hit? Oh shoot, I didn't take a second hit. Alright, this has been long overdue. So a couple months ago, I had a friend on Discord actually make me an awesome little piece of art which represents myself on this world and a little bit of the structures around here, and I just want to show it off because of just how amazing their talent is. This is a piece of art from Nightly Fox, otherwise known as Vixen, who has joined my server on Discord. I'm so lucky to have such talented people in my community that I can actually look up to and hope that I can replicate even a bit of their creativity. I don't say this very often, but y'all should join our Discord. We have a big group of people who are insanely talented and love creating. So if y'all feel like you'll fit in, come on and join, have some fun, talk with some of our friends here on our server. And I'm awake again. Okay, so we went ahead and finished up this farm again, which is just done again by Illyrio 3 because it's a really good farm. There's no other farm that I've found that actually has been fully AFKable. This one definitely isn't fully AFKable, but it is semi-AFKable because I can do it all technically AFK, but I should still be nearby in case something happens, because this is not a farm I would trust to actually work on completely away from my keyboard. So, you know, I can do this while sitting down doing something else. It's pretty good. Some of the other farms are also very semi-AFKable. They're very plants, and then the pistons will push them all over into a single area that you're gonna have to chop down again later on your own anyways. And I just figure, you know what, this is a little bit easier, even if it's a little bit less efficient than other methods, because I need to somehow optimize this thing for my farm specifically, because my world just does not like this farm for some reason. It's blown up, what, 4 times now? It's always needing to be optimized because of my ticks and whatnot. There's a lot of stuff about this farm that just does not like this world, but I love the farm. I love mushroom stems. I think it's really cool. It's one of the coolest farms I think I've ever built, but you know, I couldn't find any other options for it. So for right now, I think this is just fine. But anyways, I built this platform here to make sure that it was centered. However, I didn't exactly think about how the explosions would be placed. So the question is this a big enough radius? I don't believe so. I think we need to go out an extra 2 or so to make sure that this thing is okay. And this thing is going to end up being pretty darn big if that's the case. We're going to build it very similar to this thing, but maybe with some slight differences. We're not going to have a flat top like this one. I think it's going to be something more along the lines of what we have going on over here. I love the way that Ethan's house's roof looks. I think it's one of the more visually pleasing types of roofs. I like the lower sloped type of roofs right here with a higher pointed steeple up at the top. I think it's just really satisfying to look at with this sort of, I don't know, this sort of curve which just naturally goes down the roof. I think it looks awesome. So we're probably going to do that at the top, and I don't think we're going to make it nearly as tall as this. I think we're maybe going to do it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of these. I don't want it to overpower this entire area. I think the idea for this little thing right here is that it's going to be some sort of watchtower for the port itself. The port is going to be surrounding this little area right here, and we're going to need some sort of hub, like some central area for people that deal with the ships themselves. They go around making sure that everything's all right. It's kind of like the police of the... Oh, come on, guys. You guys don't have to be here too. I mean, at least they're going away, right? They're like floating away that way. Y'all could have gotten a boat. Surely, I guess we don't really have a dock, so there's not really any boats. So you guys, like, he's the leader. He's telling them, maybe they're training. Maybe they're training. That's pretty darn cool. Water training with crossbows. Maybe they're practicing their aim. They're floating in the water and seeing anything that they could shoot, and they're going to shoot it while bouncing. Surely that's going to be good practice. Or maybe they're on patrol. I don't know. I'm just going to leave these guys to it. But like I was saying, this building is probably going to be meant for some sort of like police force to make sure that all the rules of the port are enforced. There's no smuggling, there's no stealing, any of that kind of thing will be enforced. So that's what this area is. Just like how that area right over there is meant for some of the people that check who enters and who leaves. This area right here is specifically meant for the dock itself and making sure that nothing bad happens within this area. Basically, this is an extension of this building. So I think that'll work pretty darn well, hopefully. I'm going to try to see what else I can get done in today's episode, but for right now, I'm happy with what we've got with this. If I really need to, I'll just skip ahead and go on over to other sections of this area that I need to build up, because today's episode is not meant to be about one specific build. Today's episode is meant about just going around and, I don't know, finishing up little tasks that I have been avoiding quite a lot. That makes me wonder what I need to do next. Oh, another thing that I've kind of realized that I just have been neglecting quite a lot is my storage room area itself. While I have had this area mostly done for the longest time, one thing that's been missing that I absolutely loved having in my old storage room is something along the lines of just some sort of life. Being able to walk around my little storage room here and have things like these little statues carrying things around, like these little potted trees, I love these little stories that were just hanging around my base. These were absolutely amazing things that I need to incorporate once again into my new storage system that I've just been too lazy to actually do. We already have something like this over in the new storage room, which I'm really happy with. However, it's not enough. I like the fact that we have like this little family portrait here, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and bring around a couple more little bits and pieces of just some story that I can put around this world. Like maybe someone's climbing up the steps. Having some story around here would be amazing. So I think in today's episode, we're gonna go ahead and also bring in a couple armor stands around this little area to bring it some life. Because these areas right here have literally no purpose. There's no reason for me to come up here. So if I were to bring in some sort of life, there's something at least for me to come up here and see and enjoy. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build some stuff around here with some of my friends, and hopefully we can get some life going. So yeah, let's do this. So one thing about armor stand building is the fact that it is a very tedious process. We need to get a bunch of heads, a bunch of armor stands, and a bunch of armor for them to wear. Otherwise, our little armor stand ideas are just gonna end up being very, very thin. The people are not gonna have much to eat. We need to make sure we give them clothes to make sure that they can sustain themselves and do the work that we're trying to get them to do. So we're gonna need ourselves a ton of leather, and luckily we have our little piglin farm right over here, which should supply our leather needs, at least for the time being. We got two double chests of it. We should be fine, right? We're not gonna run out of, oh, we might run out of stuff, aren't we? Because leather armor is pretty darn expensive. Just the chest piece alone is 8 pieces. The pants are 7 pieces, and the boots are 4 pieces. So 8 plus 7 is 15, plus another 4 is 19 pieces for a full set of armor. And if you're gonna do that for, let's say, we have 5, 10, 13, 16, 22. We have 22 heads here, which I have planned. Well, I don't really have any plans, but I kind of want to get 22 armor stands going. We're going to need 22 times 19, which is about, let's see, 190 plus another 190 is 380 plus... So it's about 400 pieces of leather, which is 6, 12, 18, 24. It's about 8 stacks of leather. Ooh, it's pretty darn expensive, isn't it? But anyways, we're also going to need dye, so... this is a pretty darn expensive process, isn't it? All right, so I've gotten started on trying to build up some of these little armor stands, and let me just go ahead and take y'all through some of the ones that have already gotten done, because I need to go to sleep, so I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a night for right now. So right over here we have Jazz and myself carrying a little box with Chris on top, and this box is just too big. I am actually about to drop it, and Jazz tripped over. I should put something down here to make it look like he tripped over something. Maybe like a campfire. I think that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? To make it look like he's about to trip. There we go. Look at that. We didn't realize that there was something over here and he's about to trip. I'm about to like fall over. Chris is definitely about to fall over. Stuff's about to happen here. I think it works pretty darn well. Up here we have myself trying to climb up the stairs but getting tired by like, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I got tired by the 3rd stair. Man, I need to work out more. I can't even make up the steps. And over here, Tommy's trying to shave up some of these leaves because they're starting to grow a little bit too big. So Tommy got himself a little bit of a ladder and he's trying to like reach over and shave it. It's not working too well. He might fall over and fall down the stairs. I might be in trouble and I might fall to my death. Something like that. We have a couple of armor stands that need to be done over here, like Jazz and Matt over here on the couch watching TV. I think right over here we're gonna have Tommy with like a little towel right here to be able to clean up this little area. Then over here we have myself, Chris, and Tommy. I'm about to cook an amazing meal. These two are about to eat it and maybe not have to go through food poisoning. Down here we have Tommy playing with Ollie. Ollie was one of his cats from a long time ago, and sadly, Ollie is no longer here. To remember Ollie, we have this little statue here with Tommy and some fish feeding Ollie up. Oh, sit down, please. Over here in the corner, we have Chris showing us how to make this little map right over here, which is actually a map from a long time ago, which is way before a lot of stuff that has happened. Look, the mega base isn't even here. A lot of the stuff is missing. Currently, we still have, this is the resin farm, which we do not have anymore. We need to rebuild this, in fact. Oh, look, the whole city, which is right over here, is not there yet. It's still a bunch of outlines, which I'm still regretting that I left like this. We don't even have a city underneath here, which is the city right here. Man, this map was so long ago. This little area is Chris teaching us how to do maps. Matt's trying to help Chris figure out where the maps go. Jazz is trying to point to figure out where each of the things go as well. He thinks that this map goes right about here, and I'm pretty sure he's right. Chris is pointing at this map right here and is saying it goes right there, and that looks right. Tommy and myself, we have no clue what we're doing. We're both just as confused about what we're doing here. We should not be in this class. Now, there's a couple more little areas over here that we have not done yet. We have myself that's eventually going to be holding up this huge little crate. Over here, we have Matt, who's going to be operating this big crane here, which is going to actually be carrying Chris on this little chain right here. Over here, we have myself helping Chris, who is going to be tragically fallen with a bunch of these crates or something off the edge. I don't know just yet, but we're going to try to figure it out. We have all these things to do, but right now I just need to take a little bit of a break, and I'll get back to this once I have a little bit of sleep. Hopefully y'all enjoy this little section here, because I'm absolutely adoring being able to build a bunch of these armor stands. These guys are so fun to do. So much story I can tell. Oh, I love it.
I think Chris might be disappointed a little bit with a certain thing. You know, like, hold on. Come
Which
here.
thing?
What do you think?
I forgot.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're out of time. I have a lot of stuff I need to put away.
He does not have time. He
I don't
does
think I
not
have
have
I
time.
don't think I've
No,
got
you have time.
He does not have time.
Minecraft, you have time.
Okay, like 12 hours,
No.
you think?
He does not have time.
I think I built this during Bad Guys. Or not Bad Guys, Puss in
Guys,
Boots.
I was gonna say that was years. Like,
Yeah.
That was so long ago.
That was like one of the first movies you watched.
Yeah.
This is your house, Chris. Do you like it?
I seen Brick.
Alright.
Brick.
This is the thing you said Bren would have time for. He would not have time for
Uh-huh.
There's a cool cave though. MTV cave. See? It's pretty deep. That's like a craftsman. So you got like this kind of house.
He's a mechanic.
Yeah, mechanic. So he's got like this little workspace down here to do stuff.
He needs to have his
Don't
own
open that
bar. Or a workbench or something over here.
Oh, you're right. You were meant to open that.
You
Then
need to find a way to incorporate a camera into Ethan's.
yeah, I need to do that. Ethan has this house. He's like a painter, and I gave him like a tower because he's probably gonna be away from his house most of the time to like do painting
He
or
don't
something.
know.
So he's got like this little,
Oh, you got-
little tower thing. What?
You gotta put like a dock by my house.
Brennan!
Huh?
You give the painter the one house with no window? He can't see any of the
You're right.
landscape he might try to paint.
How did I forget windows?
Painter is the one person without windows. He's arguably the one who needs it the most.
I failed.
What's he gonna paint?
The walls.
He just stares at a wall. Yes.
I like that wall
Gray.
too. Thank you for your service.
Mjolnir isn't an axe.
One moment. Oh, this takes forever. It doesn't
Mjolnir
say.
isn't a trident
You
either.
impale.
Jonathan.
Although you can't see it, Tommy's letting me kill him so I can get a bunch of Ethan's heads because I don't actually have many of them. Oh, it looks like he's wearing his own skin, but that's just replay, flashback stuff, just being flashback. You know what it is? Yeah. But anyways, that was fun. I had my little stress relief. This thing was hard to build.
If you come up here and look at the flag, I'm gonna show you what Brent did by accident completely. Where's Chris?
Chris fell down into the Chris fell into the belly.
Oh!
Oh!
Okay. Wow.
So Brandon, you need
Wow.
lights on the ship. You need lights on the ship.
How do I
I don't.
Brandon,
Tommy, do you have
Do
any
you wanna talk
inventory
about
space? Where did the creeper even come from?
Probably one of the
it's not a
sails.
sail. Yeah, I can't even the sail. So, Brandon, you're gonna need to repair this pronto. My ship can't be destroyed.
It was so fast too. I turned around and all of a sudden Chris is gone.
Go repair
I
it!
think I walked
get the
out of the
fucking-
door.
Repair it!
So I need 2, 3.
Reparo!
So I
Do you
need
think Minecraft is ever gonna add a woodcutter?
a what?
No.
A woodcutter?
You know?
Yeah, probably not.
Do something.
I want them to though. Oh, there's so many creepers here.
He flew right by me.
Did I?
I thought you were different than Scar. Where are you? Where are you? What?
Oh, Chris
Where are
is
you?
right there. Chris is on the island. There's a lot of creepers there, Chris. I need some lichen. I'm gonna bring some lichen over. That's probably a good idea. Hi there.
Missing.
I'm gonna go light up the sails real quick. I didn't think it would be that big of a problem, so I didn't do it.
Brandon. That would be a good excuse. The creeper explosion would be a good excuse to add
Oh,
damage to the ship now.
you know what? That's a good point. That's a really good point. Oh, I hate that you're right.
Oh, God.
Okay, time to do some damage. I need to
First, he doesn't respect it going there, then he tries to shoot you.
Well, you look at it with an arrow on me anymore.
What was the other piece? It was like this piece and this piece. Oops.
Hey, Brent, do you want to play a game your father never taught you how to play?
Yes.
Catch.
Failed.
Oh, you caught it! Oh my god, you got it!
Oh, I did?
You got it, it's gone.
Reflexes, you
Alright,
know?
catch. Catch.
Oh,
You
caught
did
it. I caught it. Yay! Yay, this is my celebration pose. So I finally went ahead and gone through all of the little armor stands and finished them up. So I guess let me go ahead and take y'all through the ones outside real quick, and then I guess we can go ahead and head back up to the ones on the inside, and then we can get back into the episode and start building something pretty darn cool. So right out here, we actually have ourselves Matt on the little crane, and Chris is right over here on a barrel doing like the wrecking ball type of thing, getting lifted up by this little crane thing holding up a big box. Ethan's over here like, oh my god, no. He's making sure that all the safety precautions get covered, and clearly we forgot one. Chris isn't wearing a helmet, so that's clearly an issue. I also managed to get a bunch of Ethan heads because of Tommy, so we're actually able to throw Ethan around the base now, and I've fallen off the edge. Oh, why? Who put a hole there? Gosh. Over here we have Ethan and Tommy. They're looking at me, who just got crushed by this huge box. I was trying to carry it on my own, and I clearly failed, and Tommy's disappointed. Ethan is like, oh my god, what am I watching? I'm over here. I tripped. Ethan's holding a box because we're coming from a ship, which I have not built yet. We're coming from a ship, but Chris fell over because I tripped and hit Chris by accident, so Chris fell off with a bunch of boxes. Everything's falling down. It might be over for Chris. I ain't gonna lie to you. But that's all we got for the outside right now. Eventually we'll add a couple more things once I have more builds around here. But for right now, I think these are some pretty good little stories. And as we head on inside, I actually got to add Ethan over here. He's just completely enamored by this map. He's like, I am so glad I got to paint this thing or something like that. I don't know. What's left is just upstairs. Let's head on up and look at these. So as we make our way up here, we have Tommy up here cleaning up the banister because I think this is a banister. I hope it is. But he's cleaning this thing up, wiping it down off of all the dust and stuff. So he's got his little towel and he's making sure it's clean. Over here we got Matt, Ethan, and Jazz. They're watching TV. Matt and Jazz are clearly just busy watching TV, but Matt notices something. Ethan is currently giving Jazz a massage. Lucky Jazz. He gets a massage during a movie too. Nice. And over here, I'm cooking a nice meal for Tommy and Chris. I got some unidentified food, and Tommy he's about to puke. Chris, it's just completely over for Chris. Chris is gone. Chris is, oh, poor Chris. I'm just here laughing maniacally. I'm happy with it. And finally, we have this little dining table right here where all my friends are just gathered around and we're enjoying a nice meal or we're discussing something. I don't know what we're doing exactly just yet. However, we're together and that's what matters. And I'm really happy with it, so that's awesome. But anyways, I think the next thing I want to do in today's episode is to go ahead and work on the little gazebo that's going to go right about here. And if I have any more time in today's episode, I think I'm either going to go ahead and work on starting this tower right here, or maybe doing some small builds around the world, like maybe some ships if I have time or whatever. It depends on whatever I feel like by the end of today's episode, but I'm excited. So let's go ahead and get to it. Let's do this. All right, let's go ahead and head into the final time lapse of today's episode. So we're going to go ahead and build up this little gazebo here, which is really simple, but I think the part that I like about it most is just what's on the inside, because the inside is what really matters here. On the inside here, we actually managed to put in the stained glass kind of effect where we have the stars kind of underneath our feet, and I am really happy with the way it turned out because we got to use all this glass. We got to use end rods, which I don't normally use. I think it looks amazing, and I really want to try this effect again in the future. So hopefully it works out. I don't know what this little flashing effect is on my screen. Please ignore it. I know this episode's a little bit longer than normal, but it should be pretty darn fun, right? Yeah, y'all get to talk to me a little bit longer, or at least listen to me talk to y'all for a little bit longer. Everyone loves that. Alright, so after a little bit of work, we managed to get most of the stuff over here done. I've fallen again. Man, who keeps putting holes in the middle of nowhere? Like I was saying, we managed to get quite a bit done today. We managed to finish up this little gazebo right here, and I'm actually really happy with the way it turned out. This gazebo right here is actually pretty cool. So from a distance, you can tell it's made mostly from the same blocks that we've already used around this build. It used a lot of gray from like the stones and tough and all that kind of stuff. But it also uses stuff like the bluish black from the, what's this stuff called again? Blackstone. Yeah, so it kind of pops out quite a lot, especially with the fact that this thing is very spherical compared to the very, very straight straight edge build that we have going on right here. I'm really happy with the way that this thing has turned out. I think it looks awesome. And we actually managed to use some pretty darn cool effects right here, such as this little fog effect, which goes all the way down to the bottom and uses some of these little end rods. Yep, that's what they're called. And honestly, I'm really happy with the way this thing looks because I wanted this specific gazebo right here to be very special. I want it to be something unique to the king himself. And I think this fulfills that exact requirement. Collecting these end rods was fun though, because we had to go to the nether to get some blaze rods. We had to go and plant a couple of chorus fruits and then try to harvest them. Man, I learned a lot about that, in fact. So like I was saying, actually being able to plant these chorus fruits was really interesting because I've never really planted these things before. And after looking at this, it makes so much sense. So what you have to do is you actually have to get yourself a couple of these little flowers right here. And you have to place those on top of these endstone. Once you place it onto these endstone, they start growing up and spewing out everywhere into like this big mess of whatever this is. And each of these bulbs here are the actual seeds to grow new versions of these plants each and every time. Now, if you see this one right here, if you were to go ahead and just break it down, none of these would fall down. So you have to go up to one of these bulbs yourself and smack it to get it to break, like that. But there's a multitude of ways to do it, because not only is going up to it and punching it a big pain, because look, I can't reach it, so I'd have to go around and try to land this. Watch, I'm gonna land this first try, okay? Yeah, see? Look how much of a pain that is. I had to do all of that work just to be able to get each and every single one of these. That's too much work, okay? So the next best thing to do is to go ahead and either to take a bow and just shoot these guys down, like target practice, because it's very, very simple. Or if you don't want to use up all your arrows and whatnot, if you don't have infinity, you can also just go ahead and take a trident with loyalty on it and toss it at these chorus fruit, and it will come back to you, so you can toss it again and again and again. Oh, I missed. You have to aim a little bit above with tridents. I'm learning so much about throwing tridents because I never really threw tridents before. But now that we have all of that, we already have ourselves 11 chorus flowers, and since we only have 7 little plots, we can just go ahead and just bop. What's the actual tool for this? Is it axe? It's an axe, okay. Bum, and a bum. Just like that. And all we have to do again is to just bop, 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 bop. And we just keep doing this over and over until we have the amount of chorus fruit we want. Really simple process, but I think I am going to eventually go about making this thing automatic, because this thing is a big pain to do, and chorus is actually a pretty cool block to use. So I think it'll be worth it. Look, this one's already starting to grow. This stuff grows fast. Then you just go ahead and take your chorus fruit, this plain stuff right here, which you can actually eat, to teleport. Where am I? Wait. I'm in my ballroom. Did I go down? I want to go up. Let me go up. Oh. I'm pretty sure chorus fruit only allows you to teleport within a very specific set of blocks. I think it's like 15 or so. I might be wrong. But like I was saying, you can take this chorus fruit here and you can throw it into a furnace. A bop and a bop. Do that. And then eventually you're going to go ahead and smelt all of this chorus fruit. And that chorus fruit will end up becoming popped chorus fruit. And this popped chorus fruit has a couple of different uses. You can either take it to make purple blocks, or you can use it to make an end rod using a single blaze rod. And one blaze rod plus a popped chorus fruit ends up making 4 end rods, so it's pretty darn affordable. I like it quite a lot. So we're gonna need to make a farm pretty darn soon so we can get a ton of end rods, which are one of the coolest lighting sources in the game. Though the main issue is that they do not fit my area in the slightest in terms of looks, but I think it'd be cool to have. But anyways, I think it's time to go ahead and end today's episode, because I'm pretty sure we've done quite a lot today, and although we didn't manage to get through to everything I had originally planned, I think we got a pretty darn good amount of stuff done. We managed to go ahead and bring armor stands into our mega base and officially have our main storage room area and our skydock area. They have so much more life in it that they don't feel as depressing to be in. It's fun to be able to just see other things besides just nothingness. Like, just little bits and stories around the world that I can just walk by and remember. And, I don't know, it's fun. It makes me feel like I'm part of something rather than just I'm all alone here in this Minecraft world on my own, you know? It really helps quite a lot. So it's really nice to have these guys around. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. On top of that, we managed to go ahead and build up ourselves another mushroom farm, because the last one broke, and although we didn't manage to actually build anything around it, we can leave that for a future episode, because I think it's going to be pretty darn cool to have a really nice tower right there, which mimics something kind of like this. Although it won't be as epic looking, I think it'll be just fine being a centerpiece for the port area. And last but not least, in today's episode, we went ahead and finished up this little area right here. This area has been sitting on the skydock for, actually, ever since the beginning, and I never knew what to do with it, but I decided to go ahead and put a gazebo here, which looks amazing. As I mentioned before, this thing just, I love this little fog effect. I'm going to use it more often. I gotta practice using it better, because this currently does not look perfect, but it's good enough, and good enough is what I need. So hopefully you all enjoyed today's episode. So, thank you all for watching, and of course, have a good one, y'all. Goodbye! Ha ha! Yeah, okay. Goodbye!